Good morning everyone. Welcome to Core Java in English. Let's start. Good morning, Manisha. Yesterday we have covered the basics, okay, expectation and all those things. Today we will look into basic program or Java. We have executed Hello World yesterday, and today we are going to talk about what is Java and how to make basic programs. And there will be a basic, what to say, basic, written stuff. What is the history of Java? What is the, little bit boring stuff that you need to learn also for your exams and all those things. So we will cover it up in a fast way. Then we will shift to the practical solutions and practical things where you need to learn how to program. So Java was, created by James Gosling. There are few things that they will ask you. His team at Sun Microsystem, and right now it is bought by Oracle. That is why Sun Microsystem is now Oracle. Uh, there is an Yesterday we have discussed about the platform independence of Java. So whatever we code in Java, we save as a .java file, that is Java code. After compilation, we use Java C. After compilation, it becomes .class file, means bytecode, that is not binary, that is not fully programming language. And because of JVM, so MacBook, Windows, and Linux have the JVM, and because of JVMs, this code can execute anywhere. But in C++, it was not possible. If you will create a program in Windows, it's nothing on Linux or MacBook, right? Because they create .exe file that is not supported by Linux and MacBook. So we will, discuss the object-oriented principle. Object-oriented principle are six principles, that is encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, and class and object. Yesterday we started how to create a class, but yeah, fundamental and what they'll use for, we will cover it up later because it's a theoretical. So whenever it is coming with the practical part, we will read about that. This is JVM and Java Development Kit. This is about the large community and ecosystem of Java. Why Java is one of the oldest. It's been I started learning Java in 2007 or 8, so it's been around 15 years. I have seen many languages come and go. There was a time then trend comes for PHP. There is a time when trends come for .NET. There is a time when trend come for PHP, etc. Oh, sorry, PHP, Python, but Java is always there. Java is a constant language continuously. So this is the idea. Okay, what companies are hiring for Java, because Java is not available into very small companies. If you go and look, okay, some small companies working in Java, no small company will work in Java, because only big projects or big companies work in Java. So future and career opportunities, if you want to search in Java, Android development, big data and enterprise solution, cloud-based development, or the Internet of Things. So these are the things that Java is used for. So Java's application is vast and very robust also. Okay. So what is object-oriented programming? Object-oriented programming is core of Java. Okay, and it is like a real life example. Whatever you see in real life, that is called the object-oriented programming. We will explain it to you later. It's just that much right now. It's again that compilation process .java to .class, then JVM will convert into machine language, the binary code that our computers understand. This is what we done yesterday. We have done a basic program of Hello World. Okay. uh, the same compilation, then execution, encapsulation, and basic theories. We will understand it later again. The first simple program. Okay, so we'll start from here today, the basic practical and all those things. So, what are the data types? What are the variables? So, data types are the what kind of constant or variable we are using, or what kind of data is flowing, that is data type. And variable is a what to say, a space in a memory that we create to store the constant for a variable purpose or calculation purpose. So there are primitive types of data type, that is integer, floating, or character, or boolean. These are four primitive data types. So what is the integers do? So integer have four data types, that is byte, short, int, and long. And what is the sizes is a bit, that is 8 bit, 16, 32, and 64. And what is the range from minimum to maximum? So even a lot of students confuses their ranges. If you are preparing for exam, it is important to remember the bit size and their ranges also. Maybe it is not important to remember the long range or double range, but you should remember the basic byte or short or integer. Okay, maybe integer is also not important, int, but yeah, byte and short is very small, so you need to remember it. It comes as a question sometime. Okay, now how we declare a variable as a data type? So this is like int a is equal to 0. What it means, right? So a is a variable name, int is a data type, and what we are doing over here is we are initializing a value to 0. So this line, what is the meaning of this line? So we have created a variable called a who stores an integer data types. So we have declared it as an integer, so it is going to store only integer, not float values. If we are trying to insert decimal values over there, it is not going to store. Or we can divide this line into two parts. One is declaration and one is assignment. So int a is declaration part, where we declared a variable called a with the data type of int, and we are assigning the value of 10 to a. So is equal to is assignment operator, right? So what it does, it store whatever on right side to left side. So what it do, whatever there is a value on right side, it is shifting it to left side and storing on the left side, right? The same way we are creating the double value. So double a is equal to 10.25. If somebody has a question, then you don't need to raise a hand. You can unmute and ask. There's no
Sir,
issue. Yeah,
sir, enter A, small a, na, sir, capital A, it can store value, sir.
it's just an example, bro. If you'll go into that, basically it's help. Basically, if you make a presentation, what it does, it automatically converts in the next line, first letter. It
Okay,
will
okay,
be a
sir.
small letter. You are right. Java is a case sensitive language where capital A and small a is different. Right. Thank you for pointing it out. Uh, Anyone has any other question? Okay. So the same way we have created double, or assigned the value of double. Now we can go and do the practical of the same. So I hope everyone prepared their laptop or desktop for uh, compilation or execution of Java program. Uh, yeah, somebody want to ask something? Yeah. So again, we create a class, public class demo. What to say? Demo var1, variable one, and public static void main, where if you understand programming, all the execution starts from the main function. So void main is main function, where strings args is command line argument, void is return type of main, static because we are not creating an object right now, so we need to create a static, that's why main is always static. And public is because execution and compilation is trying to access this from outside, that is why it is static. So int a1 is equal to 100, or we can give the same example of double. D1 is equal to 200.5. Now we can print both. System out dot println. So int is equal to this one, a1. We can write it into a single line, or we want, if we want to write into different lines, it is up to us, whatever we really want to do. uh, then double is equal to d2, sorry, d1, and enter. So we are trying to save it into our folder java 10. So how we are going to save again? Demo, where, it is again case sensitive. So whatever the name of our public class or main class, we have to write it down dot java. So demo var1 dot java. Then we will go into our command prompt. So it is into right now which folder, which directory it is into: C drive, user, and HP. So we have to come out cd double dot cd double dot, then cd to java 10. That is our folder java 10 now. So java C is for compilation. Demo var 1 dot java. If there will be error, it will show it. If there is no error, it will show nothing. So means compilation is successful. Then we will try to execute it. That is java demo var1 and enter. In execution, there is no dot java, not dot class. It is just class name. So int is equal to 100, double is equal to 200.5. So that's how we store a variable and print a variable. After these two, there will be two more primitive type that we were discussing. One is character. Character is used for store a single character value. So like char a is equal to j. So it will only store a single character, not multiple character or strings. So character variables is uses ASCII code also. And uh, if you will understand ASCII code, and if you don't understand, no issues, go to Google and write ASCII codes. You will get a ASCII code of every character from capital A to small a to small z. You will understand okay, how they are store these character values into the system. So ASCII code will be helpful to you into creating programs, right? So try it out. Read the ASCII codes of capital A to capital Z and capital small a to small z. These are the ASCII values of characters, and different what to say, special characters also comes in over there. Then boolean is used for the true and false only. So in boolean we can store true and false. uh, so that's it about the basic those primitive type. Now there are two more things. One is the scope and lifetime. So whatever variable you will create, it will always starts and ends between these braces. So if I want to access it somewhere else or outside this, it will not be accessible. So this is the scope of a variable from starting point to end point. Done. Their lifetime will end into a block of curly braces only, right? The second is type conversion and typecasting. What is type conversion and typecasting in Java? Basically, what happens? Sometimes you will try to convert different sizes. So Java do two type of typecast. One is automatic, one is manual. Automatic happens only in two cases. One, if two types are compatible, and second, the destination type is larger than the source type. Like I'll show you the example. If I try to write uh, a1 is equal to d1, will it work? Anyone you want to tell me?
No.
No,
Why?
because it is in int type and it is in float type.
Yeah, because the sizes are different. So integer is 32 bit and double is 64 bit, right? First, and matlab, the destination should be compatible. You know, the destination type is larger than the source type. First basic rule. But if we'll try to do it, D1 is equal to A1, will it work?
No,
It will work
why?
because A1 is 32 bit or D1 is 64 bit. So it will automatically typecast. I'll show you both examples. So A1 and D1. If we will try to do it, it will show us the compile time error. Right. So Java C again we will try to compile it. So it is saying incompatible types. So incompatible we have to do it manually. Now if it is compatible and the destination is bigger, D1 is equal to A1, what it will do? It will automatically typecast. Now we will try to compile it. It will show us no error. So that's called automatic typecasting. Now, automatically in both variables, there is a 100 or 100.0. The same value, one without decimal, one with the decimal, right? But if we want to do it like A1 is equal to D1, it will be tough, or we have to typecast it manually like int. Whatever is the destination, we have to write that kind of data type over here. So what it will do, it will convert d1 into a1. So the double is converted into integer or int type, then it will be saved into a1. So that's how the what to say manual typecasting happens. So now we will try to compile it. It is compiled without error, and so in both variables there is a 200 and 205. Okay, so this is the basic typecasting that we do. One is automatic when destination is larger than the source type. When the left is bigger than the right, it will automatically do it. And when there is an incompatible, we have to write in bracket the target type. Okay, we have to convert into this type. This is a manual typecasting that we do. Got it? There is a question regarding this. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Now, so we will take you through that tomorrow. Okay, so now there are few things. One, arithmetic operator. Arithmetic operator. So there are plus, there is minus, there is multiplication, there is a divide. So now what we will do, if we are trying to write those a1 plus d1 into a line, or we are trying to add those two variables, what should be the variable that we should declare to store their value? If we need to store those values into sum, what should be the data type of sum? Anyone wants to tell?
Post int.
No, because when there is an int and double, or any two variables are we are trying to do some mathematical calculation,
Float.
Java will automatically convert into the bigger. There is an int and there is a double. So Java will automatically convert into double, not float. If there is a float d1, then it will convert to the float. Otherwise, whatever the biggest variable they have, data type they have, it will automatically convert the whole expression into the biggest one. So it should be the double. So double sum is equal to a1 plus d1, and we can write it down. System.out.println sum is equal to sum. So we can save it. Now if we'll go and compile it over there, so there is no error. So it will automatically convert it to double, and it is stored as a total value. So you can do the subtraction part, minus, you can do multiplication, you can do divide. So these are the four basic arithmetic operators we have, that is plus, minus, multiply and divide. So you can practice it. So till now anyone has a question? Because this is the thing that we need you to understand and do the practice till now, because from tomorrow we will go into if else statement, or we will go into take value from the user and focus on to if else statement. So till now anyone has a questions, you can ask, or you should practice this at your home, because you cannot learn a language through only listening, or just okay, I have read it, I know it. So you have to practice it yourself, you have to practice it through your own hands. You will try to write a program and compile it and then execute it. This will help you out. So anyone has any question till now, they can ask.
Hello.
Yeah. Gaurav sir, Gopanna, we will share the PPT on daily basis. Whatever we have complete, we will try to share that on WhatsApp group. So somebody unmuted themselves, they can ask.